Pip-install-python LLC is officially incorporated. I recently launched a business focused on the programming community, specifically the Python programming language, focused on the niche of the Dash framework and Django, and to start to provide resources and application that is useful for enterprise customers, along with taking on enterprise contracts, along with hosting an e-commerce site, along with building open source components that are doing extremely well. My life and what has felt this past year is nothing but chaotic. And I really haven't been making videos on my YouTube channel because of that. But I'm excited to share some of what I have accomplished and what has felt like forever from not saying anything on my YouTube channel. And there's a lot to cover. So I'm really excited to share what I have. So to start off, we could talk about the open source aspect. I've created some really great components. This 3D modeling software that I created. We have Dash Deck, which creates interactive windows, which is pretty cool. And then I have Gauge, which is a new component that I created that allows you a bunch of cool Gauge like suite of different components that could be used in enterprise or focused on a bunch of different dashboard application. So overall, just to give a quick summary of pip-install-python.com, but we're sitting at about 78,000 downloads between all the packages in counting, which is phenomenal, and it's exceeded my expectations. And I'm just excited to watch this grow. So there's a bunch of really cool components that are offered, and I highly recommend just checking this out because they're all free. You could just go on here, you can pip install them, and you can start using them in your Dash applications. But this is primarily focused towards Dash. So with that, jumping back into what is my root application, I would suppose you could say. One of the big things that recently rolled out in the past 2 weeks is I finished up a year-long endeavor of trying to figure out a social authentication system that persists between all of my applications. So as you can see, I'm logged in here, and then I'm also logged in over here, and then I'm logged in over here. So what this does is it allows me to have persistent authentication between what is 3 different sites which are hosted in their own Docker containers, and everything's being managed via Docker Swarm. And I have CI/CD pipelines and a bunch of other jargon that allows me to actually like shoot to the stars and have a clean foundation to build from, which will allow me a lot of capabilities in regards to like what I can start incorporating into my applications, the user system, and saving user specific stuff into a database so that they can refer to it and that we could build out of it. So it was a vital part. It's probably one of the most difficult things I've ever done in my software development career. But basically, now you get brought up to this login page. You click whatever button you want, Google, Discord, or GitHub, and then it's one click, you're automatically logged in, and then bam, it's done. That clean. And it looks very simple, but for me, it was one hell of a struggle trying to figure all that out and piece it together and getting all the applications to talk with each other in their own centralized Docker containers and a swarm. It just, trust me, never want to touch authentication ever again. Highly recommend against it. It was very hard. So that was one huge milestone that we accomplished, and I started like using the blog post again on my website. So you can go here and you can kind of read about that, where I cover it a little bit more in depth than what I'm going to cover in this video because this isn't the primary thing that I'm looking to address. But yeah, just check out the blog, and I'm going to start releasing little updates on here to kind of show the progress as it goes on. So outside of that huge accomplishment, we also launched an e-commerce site, which is great because this allows me to sell products. So now that I'm an LLC, I have packaged code. I have some API keys. I have a great notebook, but basically all these are different products, and you can click on them, and then you can get a view of like what they are. And yeah, I'm pretty excited for that because I had to set up a payment processing system that was all set up through Stripe. So we don't take any direct information. Nothing is being stored on my own machines, but it allows us to run transactions on what is our application. So this application is just focused on buying and or selling different stuff. And if I go over to the dashboard, this was just launched, but so this is the behind the scenes, but basically there's an admin dashboard that allows me to manage and create different products. So I could just go over here and I could choose whatever product I want. I could add new type of products and then I could just create it. But basically, just to give an example of what it does, you get some description that you get to create. I could go through categories, images, stock and price, so how much I'm looking to sell of a specific product, and I can optimize it for SEO so that people can find it on the web. But yeah, it allows me to also create custom offers. So right now there is a discount code. If you use the discount code that's on the screen, you'll get 30% off anything on the shop. So it'd be great if you could support me. If not, no worries. But hey, it's just cool to have this now. And I'm excited to launch more products as everything grows. But this is the foundation. So that's what I'm here to share with you. Outside of that, I have started focusing back on what is going to be my main application. This is designed to work on mobile very well, but it's going to be focused on just kind of integrating some of the findings and some of the really cool stuff that I've been exploring into one application. So right now, it's a simple introduction. It allows me to search different locations in my area, but we're looking to expand this map to allow individuals to post. We have this really cool AI generate a location thing that I have built out and I'm looking to incorporate. But we also are using AI more and more into this project. And just to kind of share that, Excalidraw, welcome back. But this is a component that I built and I designed this so that you can ask the AI, like, I want you to draw me a fish. So if I just say, draw me a fish, use color. Yeah, so it probably won't be the best. It's best if you're more specific on it. But just a base overview, as you can see, it's loading. I asked it a prompt, and then it will auto generate it. But ideally, you want to like tell the AI to create detail. Right now, this is a very bad um, fish, but I did ask it to create a fish. We can add that, and there the fish is kind of done. But it's meant to be simple. But ideally, you want to tell it like, "Hey, draw fins. Make sure that you get, everything." But like, so if you're drawing a face, get the ears, the eyes, the eyebrows, the hair. Like, tell it everything directly what you want, and you'll get better outputs. And I have a few that I have created, and they've actually been pretty good. I could probably share that if I go over to Discord. Check out our Discord server because there are some cool things in there. But this is some ideas of like things I've been able to prompt. So it could do a really good job, but then it can also do a really bad job. It kind of just depends on like the luck of the draw and how you prompt it. But it is pretty cool to see how AI can take this what is basically a whiteboard and then draw the individual pieces on it. So that's pretty neat. And then lastly, if I go over here, I'm working on a map editor, which I'm really excited for. And then I'm just gonna like not allow that. But basically, what I could do is I can like draw on the map. I can change the color, and then if I go over to the debug mode, you can see that it was drawn. I could see the JSON, and then the preview should update. I don't know why. Probably just because of it not knowing my location. But there you go. So yeah, it's pretty cool. So I just kind of show it again. If I draw a circle, and I could say like "Hello World," and then I can also change the color. We'll go with like a yellow this time. And then if I go over to the debug toolbar, you can see there it is. So you can kind of see where I'm going with this. It's going to be built out a lot more, but initial introduction, I'm going to focus on allowing people to create their own maps and then host them and to draw different things or provide their own markers that could lead to different things. So like, for example, as you can see, if I click a marker and if I put it, there's a few options here. So like I said, it's going to get kind of interesting to see where this goes. I don't really have a direct direction, but I do want to use the interactive mapping and give credence to the name Geo Map Index. So with that, I know that this was a lot to just show in one run, but The last update I have is I'm working directly with the Plotly marketing team. So I am releasing a playlist with them, which is focused on Dash Enterprise. So look at Plotly's YouTube channel and check out some of my work there because some of it has done really well. And Dash Enterprise is a cool product, and it's cool to be working directly with Plotly, and the team has been phenomenal. So that's basically my update. I'm working 80 hours a week, but I'm getting a lot done, and a lot of what I'm building is coming together. So I'm looking forward to keeping you guys more up to date, and not being as absent as I was. And then hopefully get into some specific tutorials and other useful things. But for the moment, check the blog posts. You can find me on the Plotly forum, and yeah, support me through the shop and just check out the apps. Everything's going to be linked in the description down below. Thank you for watching. And with that, I'll see you guys in the next one.